Okay, welcome to Taking Action. I'm Chris Colombo. With me is Anthony Conover. Hello, Anthony.
What's going on? A little Super Bowl recap.
Okay, let's do it. You want me to recap it? I'll recap it.
I mean, usually you do the
They got their heads kicked in.
They did.
They did. I've never seen a defeat like that in my life. I think they didn't cross the 50-yard line until third quarter.
Yeah, I believe it was the first 9 possessions that the Kansas City Chiefs had. They did not cross the 50-yard line, or at least didn't get into opponent like red zone scoring territory type of situation.
I'm going to tell you, I said it, the offensive line, heart and soul of the team, and their defense is tough. And even though you think Saquon Barkley didn't do his job, the reason why those lanes were open for him to run and throw is because they were keying 2 and 3 men on him.
Oh, yeah.
To shut him down. But they couldn't shut down the rest of the team.
No, you saw it from the very beginning. I mean, it was obvious the Chiefs were looking to shut down Saquon, and they did, in a way. I mean, he only had 72 yards on the ground.
Let me tell you what I don't like. Last year, he was going for his, third Super Bowl? Second?
Who, Mahomes? Yeah, he has 3, so this would have been 4.
And they got him running past Brady, passing the torch. He sticks his chest out. That's a game he can get hurt. I mean, say what you want. Tom Brady cost me more money than anybody in history except the Yankees. And they covered. I don't care what it was, they covered. Maybe once a year they didn't. And moving forward, him passing the torch, comparing himself to Tom Brady. Guy did it when quarterbacks get their heads taken off. They weren't treated like prima donnas, where you couldn't fake going out of bounds and then go in and run for another 7 yards because they gave you the respect. I want to hurt you even though you're a runner. That's what I don't like about him. You shouldn't dupe the defense when they're giving him a wide berth, not to hurt him. I think they should take his head off, personally. That's not nice to do. A. B. Kelsey, wonderful, terrific, everything is supposed to be. But who did they actually play that was any good?
I mean, listen, I think that throughout the entire year, they snuck by in a lot of games. That's why I thought going into the playoffs, they weren't. I didn't think they were going to make the Super Bowl. Honestly, I thought it was.
Here's
Bills.
The way I look at it: the Bills could have won that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just squeaked by. I like the Commanders. I think they're the best trained, the best organized, and the best rookie quarterback I've ever seen. Receivers are great. Offensive line's great. Their training's great. They're tackling, they're running, they're passing. Everything a football team should be, they are. And Philadelphia Eagles just went through them like they didn't exist.
55 points in the conference. I mean, yeah, back-to-back games, Eagles put up 40 in playoffs.
I agree. And so that was one of my swaying factors. That who did the Chiefs really beat? And by how much? And he's all sort of game. Horrible halftime. I don't know what the hell that was. On the way standing on a Grand National, one of my favorite cars. I mean, just worst entertainment I've ever seen. I think it could have been worse if Taylor Swift came down.
I was waiting for it. I was kind of waiting for it. He has a song with her, so I thought because he said he had a big surprise, but I guess the big surprise was just him dissing Drake.
Okay, this is what happens with Dynasties, and this is why I like Brady. And this is also why I liked Terry Bradshaw and Roger Staubach, because the teams they played with, they didn't do it the second and third and fourth times with. Maybe the second. They had almost the same personnel they came with. Brady did it with different receivers. He did it with different offensive lines. He did it with different running backs. And he did it at a time to take your head off. And he played some serious powerhouse teams. It wasn't like it is this year that, 4-8, 4-10, or 4-12, you can make it to the playoffs in certain divisions. It was ridiculous. It was a tough year to handicap. Things were up in the air. There was no quarterbacks that should be quarterbacks. You got Aaron Rodgers in the mix. You got
Jets are moving on officially.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they made it official. They were moving on from Aaron Rodgers, so he'll be on a new team next year again if he decides to play.
I'm a handicapper. I look at things the way they are, not the way I want them to be, not with attitude, not with anything. And I take my licking. I told you I have never had a losing year, and we still haven't.
No, you didn't know.
This is my 38th season betting professional football, and I probably had about 41 in bookmaking. I have never had a losing betting season, and we didn't this year. I wish the people would have stayed with me on the juice reel. And that's the only thing that hurts me. I apologize to you. You come back, I guarantee I will make it up to you. The confusion was that I went for the safe plays because we overthought it. If I would have done it at the time, I was impeccable this year.
Yeah, we had a good
Matter of fact, I went 15 out of 15. I said to Anthony, I like every one of these teams. We should pay 15 out of 15 parlay left. All 15 hit. On a handicapping point of view, which means nothing. So the people that weren't on the juice reel, be happy you weren't, because if you listened to me, you made more money. But people talk without putting their money up. I don't like Monday morning quarterbacks. And if you don't like what I give you, you have the choice not to bet it.
That's always a possibility.
But however, I feel we will be back stronger next year than ever. I put too much time into the 30-yard, but I stayed away from the totals because I had to help you figure them out with the 30-yard. But I went with the better kickers. That was the deciding factor. But moving forward, I'm glad we got everybody out. You saw me throw the paper with the Dallas Cowboy game. We should have hit that.
Yes.
That would have been 3 out of 3 for 2 money dog parlays. That would have put us up into the 16 units. So I'm really never out of it. I just wait my spots, and I wasn't doing that. And, I was reading the comments. You didn't put it in yet. How come you're not betting? No, you better pay like $25. If it ain't there, I can't make it. So our plans for moving forward is, I think you see how good a 2-team money dog parlay is. And baseball's basically money dogs and favorites. It's money lines. I expect, I don't bet as big in baseball as I do in football, but I expect a reasonably good season.
Pitchers and catchers reported today. We're almost, it's crazy.
All you have to do in baseball is key out a few teams when they're going to lose, when they're going to win. And what I'm going to be looking for is the 2-team money dog parlay. You only have to hit 1 out of 4 to make real good money. I think you can go 5 for 6 and make money. But, however, that's where we are. I'm going to get the juice reel down. We may or may not be in this studio, depending on my head hurts. I did everything I promised. So I once again apologize to the guys on the juice reel that didn't stay with me to bail out. I wouldn't have bailed out because I told you I'm going to do it. I don't lie. Maybe the flood monster, but I don't lie. But my surgery's coming up, so I grow cancerous polyps, and they got to remove them every few years. But on a whole, I think under the circumstances, it was successful.
Yeah,
because it could have been bad.
Yeah, I mean, down a little bit, and then obviously, ending the season on a positive, and obviously overall ending the season up. So definitely glad that we could get that done for everybody, especially if you stuck around.
Tom Brady made a very, very good point. After you lose a Super Bowl, you go back to the bottom of the list whether you wanted to lose it, but he says he remembers the losers more than the wins. I believe that. Went to 10 Super Bowls, got 7 championship rings. Now, the test is going to be, because that team definitely wasn't as good as the years before, and can they rebuild it and do what Tom Brady did?
Well,
and can you, at 42 years old, just go to another team first year and win a Super Bowl? I mean, that's amazing. Not that I'm comparing, but the nonsense I listen to is nonsense and it's hype.
Well, the big thing with the Chiefs now is I saw it on X, or formerly known as Twitter, today, that Mahomes' money is finally kind of kicking in, and so are some of the other players. So I think Mahomes' salary cap hit this year was like $29 million. It's $66 million next year. It's like $66 million for him. I think it's 34.
I have to tell you, he's worth the money.
Oh, yeah.
You want to compare him to Kirk Cousins?
No, I mean, definitely worth the money, but
Prescott.
It's just the fact that, it's the fact that, his payroll went from here all the way up here. So that's going to leave you.
What I liked is what Brady did is he capped his old salary to put people around him to help him win.
Oh, yeah. He always took team friendly deals.
Yeah, but Kraft advised him and told him that would be good for you. I think he did a good job commentating.
$700,000 watch he had on.
Yeah, nice watch.
I guess you can do that when you make $35 million a year to talk about football.
I think he makes more.
No, $35 million. I think he's under. I don't know. He's making more money now that he did playing, talking about football.
Really?
I mean, he's making $35 million a year. He definitely wasn't making that early in his career. I'll tell you that. Maybe at the end.
I was making 35 at the end. Whatever it is, I don't think it is.
I don't think he'll.
I don't know why standing on a microphone is worth $35 million. Nobody's giving that to us. But then again, we didn't win 7 Super Bowls.
They pay the color commentaries and commentators a lot of money in football games, and I think you could put normal everyday people in the booth, and NFL is still going to get 40 million viewers. I mean, it's just America's sport. I mean, it is.
On a whole, I don't think this was a very good football year.
It was
stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of interesting things that happened.
I wouldn't call them interesting. I'd call them stupid.
I'll say I'm not a fan of that new kickoff. I thought it would,
It's the most ridiculous thing I ever seen in my life.
I think that having to wait until the fourth quarter and having to announce to the other team that you're doing an onside kick is the dumbest rule that they've ever implemented. You look at it, maybe in the Super Bowl, the Chiefs in the third quarter might have tried to start onside kicks. They were down so much, but they couldn't. They had to wait until the fourth quarter. And I mean, that came up in the game. I think they scored a touchdown and there was like a minute left in the third quarter. So technically they're not allowed to do an onside kick, which is kind of a crazy thing. I mean, remember one of the best Super Bowl moments was a surprise onside kick that the Saints did, I believe it was. Or no, maybe not the Saints. Maybe it was the Colts. Yeah, it was the Colts. Pat McAfee. It was against the Saints though. But yeah, just that, some of these rule changes, I don't know. But I guess I'm not the commissioner of the NFL. Be making a lot more money. Be making a lot more money if I was the commissioner of the NFL. He's doing pretty well.
Halftime show was terrible.
I'm not the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan in the world anyway. But
I don't care about fans. It was a terrible performance.
I didn't like the production value. Someone who went to school for, I thought, and maybe it was my TV. Maybe it was the TV. I felt like I could hear the background more than his actual lyrics. So I was like,
you got to remember you're streaming too.
No, I got cable.
I'm trying to make excuses. Leave the production people alone, would you?
Listen.
Whatever it was, it didn't come together right.
So.
But here we are. One more season. You'll hear from us before we start the juice reel with baseball. So look out for us. It's not going to be the first, maybe the first week. A lot of things I like to bet the first week.
Like I said, pitchers and catchers reported today. So we're almost there. Usually I think pitchers and catchers report like a few weeks before the rest of the team does, and then spring training, and then baseball season. I think opening day is late March. So, I mean, we're basically almost there. Very excited. Very excited.
Extremely excited.
Big baseball guy.
I like watching it. I don't like betting it. It's torture.
A lot of games.
But that means there's streaks. And what I used to do is I would always shade the lines so they bet the favorite. I didn't like giving up the money.
I think you want to
give him a shout out. Hang on.
Oh.
Kodesh, you're on the podcast. I'm going to give you a shout out. Alex, you're live on the podcast. Hang on.
Good old Alex.
What?
I went 5-0 yesterday.
All right. That's good.
That's what we like to hear.
I went 5-0 yesterday. I should have gave you my picks prior.
No, I think I was the one that gave you my picks.
Boston Celtics -6. Over Golden State Warriors Bucks 230. Over Kings Dallas Mavericks 236. Denver Nuggets -9 and Lakers -12.
We hit the pool together, and I gave him the Eagles.
Oh yeah, the little Super Bowl pool.
Yeah.
I
Did
almost
you buy the
had.
guy's lunch? I didn't
I have
take
not
the
bought
money.
the guy's lunch yet, and we will be doing that probably Thursday.
All right, give a big shout out to your mom, Alex.
You got it. Thank you very much, guys.
No, say a shout out for your mom.
The mush has left the building.
No, say a shout out for your mother.
You got it. Shout out to my mother.
Now you got it. You can watch it. You're gonna have it. All right, pal. Mission.
See you.
I almost won the. What's that thing called? Not a Super. Is it a Super Bowl pool where like you get a number for each team? I almost had it. I think I had 0. No, I think I had 6 for the Eagles and I had 0 for the Chiefs. So when the Eagles made it 17-0, I was really hoping for a missed extra point, but didn't end up happening. So I didn't get my Super Bowl box. Tragedy. Maybe next year. You got to try again.
Once again, we get the price of this. Because now we're going the distance of what I call that thing, the juice reel.
Juice reel, yeah.
We're going to be here for baseball. Let's see how we do. I have to tell you honestly, if there's one sport the player has the edge in betting, it's baseball. So let's see if I can't put it together. I never had. I just followed the Kosher Boys, the poker players, the baseball. I power moved the line. It worked out good. But this is the first time I'm going to sit down and put my mind to it. Because it was just too darn long.
162 games.
Yeah.
The beautiful season.
Listen, those that stayed loyal on the juice reel, I want to thank you. Those that stayed loyal on the show, I want to thank you. I'll do the best I can for us next year. I'm not reading the comments. I'm not listening to the galactically crazy. But I anticipate a very good baseball, and I'm going to kill it next year in football. I feel it. And have I been wrong yet?
It's always the goal. Always the goal. Get out in front.
All right, I just want to thank Anthony for the hard work he's put in here.
I certainly try. It's all for the people. Love having a show. Gives me a little outlet to talk about what I like. So
We basically don't do this for money. Those that think we're retiring on the $12.50.
No. Unfortunately, has not funded my IRA yet.
I hate three words. Syllables with that.
One day.
All right, I'm exhausted. I got back from Florida. I had to go down twice. I wanted to be there when Dom's baby was born. He's probably, outside of my son and a few very, very close friends, the closest man to me. We're very proud of him. And I want all good things to happen for him. He certainly paid his dues.
Absolutely.
And he certainly showed the cream rises to the top. So, God never made a bad Curatolo. So, moving forward with that, that's all I have to say. Anything you want to say? You want to shout out to Nan?
Oh, Nan always gets a shout out.
Also, I'd like to say that, we're moving in. You'll see it on social media. The build out is $3 million for the office. It's the highest building. We got the penthouse in Los Olos in the financial district, beautiful town in Florida. I couldn't be proud of these young guys that I've been teaching my way of doing things the right way, I think, humility. And it's been a good year for me.
Excited to get down there. Excited to see it all.
And just so you know, the only thing I take income on is betting. Is that correct, Ed?
Yeah.
I've been in the office since my kids. So life is what I could give to it, not what I could get from it. And I'm well known for working with kids. I got 6-year-olds that can fly a jet, flight simulators. My 8th grade team beat the national champions in college in chess. 40 vocations, the Armory, and people should check it out. If you're in the Hudson Valley area, it's unbelievable. Drones, the most advanced children's library. There's 40 vocations. An actual moving barbershop. Kids come, they see what they like, and they learn how to earn a living. I've always believed the future of this country is the young, and I still believe that. I mean, what am I going to do about it at 63? All right, what else?
No, excited for baseball season. I mean, this will be the...
Oh, I just like to say congratulations to the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great
If it's still
action.
standing. If it's still standing.
Well, they're not going to destroy the city. It's a great, great sports town. It's a great food town. The Declaration of Independence is there, the Liberty Bell. I would have to say, in the United States, it's one of the main hubs for patriotism and good people. Congratulations, Philadelphia. You deserved it.
Shout out Ajane, big Eagles fan. So
Ajane, yes.
Had to give her a shout out,
Yes. And I got to tell you the truth, I was very impressed with the story with the quarterback that he said, I will come back.
Yeah, had the his iPhone wallpaper for the last 2 years was him walking off the field after they lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And he said, I'm still not going to change it anytime soon. So obviously motivated to get back, and maybe he'll start a little Eagles dynasty of his own. Chiefs just had theirs.
I have to tell you the truth. They probably could have won the game with just the 4 defensive players on the field.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
I've never seen anything like that.
Didn't blitz a single time. Not one blitz the entire game.
85 Bears, Steel Curtain, Purple People Eater, Doomsday Defense, New York Sack Exchange, No Name Defense, Terrible Towels. I had never seen that.
No, I guess that was the 5th team in NFL history to never blitz, and all of them have won.
I don't know about that, but I don't think you could have got the penetration that blitzing they did. They were in Mahomes' face constantly.
Yeah, just watching some of the experts, after the game, it was a good game plan because Mahomes is really good against the blitz. So by not blitzing, you kind of took away something that he's good at. So just like we said last week, great coaching overall. They won the turnover battle. Like I said, they were good on 3rd downs, and they're Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl 59. But, all right.
You know what impresses me the most about that team?
Let me know.
I'm going to tell you. It carries a special place in my heart. Last time they won a Super Bowl, they had that little kid that had cancer, and they flew him to every away game. They brought him down on every game. They even buried him in the Chiefs' coffin. That's the kind of stuff that separates good people and nonsense. I mean, that kid that motivated them, they won the Super Bowl, but they brought that kid everywhere. Whatever medical, they took care of it. And I believe they raised a lot of money for him. So, listen, these were world champions before you won the Super Bowl that year. In my opinion, that's an honor that no trophy, no amount of money,
of course,
can put in the hearts of good people. So I was happy they won. I'm happy they won then, and I'm happy they won now. Personally, and I don't like Taylor Swift.
She got booed. She did get booed when they showed her on the big screen.
You want to know what I didn't like? In other words, her music is terrible. You're gonna dance. You're gonna get not that I could or I sing any better. I don't know. But what I didn't like is she used her fans for a political platform.
You're gonna get us attacked by the Swifties.
Yeah, it's she lost the fans. This is America. You go to the ballot, who you vote is your business. And if America speaks, I mean, I didn't like our last couple presidents. I really liked Clinton. After that, I wasn't happy. But I supported them because that's America. People casted their vote. Majority rules. That's what America wanted. Every American should support it. And as much as they blame Trump for starting the trouble, I don't think it was him. So, whatever, I'm starting to like Trump being smart. He really wasn't doing those tariffs. He was just putting it in a zero position. You're screwed if you don't negotiate. And then he made it reasonable.
I haven't watched the news in
God knows how long. Make sure you watch baseball.
No, baseball, that'll be on. News, all that, I'm out. But baseball, that's on the TV every night once the season starts.
I'm exhausted. I flew to fly. How many times?
Twice?
Yeah. I'm tired. I mean, I haven't slept. Anyway, I just like to thank you people for staying with us. It's greatly appreciated. I'm not reading any comments. Maybe at the end of the year. I will be here next year, and I will be picking winners, and I'm going to take a shot at baseball. And I think we're going to kill it. Lower increments in baseball because it's a longer season. I don't think you need me to tell you that. But that wasn't bad. 2 out of 3, money dog. Out the point.
And one of them
and we should have hit the Dallas one.
Yeah, and one of them was in the playoffs. So
And if we do hit that particular 2-team money dog parlay, we did better than last year.
Yeah. I just had to run
And
into
last
the
year was a
punt.
great year. But I told you, you're never going to lose money with me. So that's the good thing about me. There's a list of bad things. We don't have enough time. All right, all the kids out there, do your best. Stay out of trouble. Make $1 million.
We'll be back
Anthony,
we'll be back in a while.
thank you for a nice year.
Of course. It's always a
I
pleasure.
appreciate you.
It's always a pleasure.